What is taking so long? Hello there. It is working. Hello there. Hello, Michael Fantas. We are here to ramble and answer some questions. Oh, thank you. Hello. What is your question? Otherwise, I'll start rambling about my new blaster. Ah! This is the first time I showed it on YouTube. Did plan to have a video up before this, but anything got delayed. So this is my new Exodus 2. Got it about a week or two ago. Yeah, sure. Link my stream to the auxiliary if you want. It'd be good. It's an amazing blaster. You all remember my Retaliator. This is the same FPS as that, but it is a lot easier to prime, as witnessed by me actually being able to do it on camera. Inside, we've got an Alpha kit with a 10 kilo spring. Usually I have a Scar barrel on the end, but I need to restring that after a slight mishap with the Scar. I turned it slightly too far this way, and a dart hit the side of it, and it snapped the string. So that happened. On here we have orange carbon fiber wrap on the rails, and here is Explorer priming bar covers, which make it look sleeker. I like it. I will be, of course, upgrading it. Right now, I've already put in a metal bolt sled. You can see the lack of clear bolt sled. This was the one that came with it. Took it out, put in a what's his name? Spenceworks one. And now that way, the prime actually does help the prime. Put in a new catch spring as well on the side rather than the center. It did add a bit, and yes, an alpha kit, exactly. It did add a bit of, it did make it a bit easier to catch, although that could just be the bolt sled as well, I don't know. I opened it up, made sure everything was working great, it's good, got shell reinforcements already on the inside. It was really, really good when I got it, I was so happy with it. I even got a new mag adapter for it, the newer worker ones with the mag release this time, because last time for some reason they didn't add a mag release, you just had to pull your mag out to release. Along with that, got some new darts to test, which you'll see me firing in a future video. Got the ACC darts, which I've been using for quite a while. Got the Worker Gen 3, which I just started using, and then we have some PAC-D darts, which are really annoying to find, or at least were. Now, Evike is selling them again, but still gonna be hard to get to Australia due to how much shipping costs. Checked how much it is for a cedar. It's not that bad, 69 USD, which isn't the worst. I think it went up now to 89, but still not that bad. It's a little bit over $100, but it's hitting 150 out of the box, so that's fine. And the shipping is 110 USD. So I don't think I'm going to be getting that anytime soon, because of the shipping costs. For the rest of my blasters, the Exodus is getting a brass breech, which I'll be making. Hopefully, I can do a tutorial on it. If I can find it, I didn't bring it out, did I? Okay. I forgot to grab my low power primary, but I have been making a low power primary, but I forgot where I put it. Anyway, low power primary. It's a Retaliator, because who doesn't like Retaliators? I can make a tutorial if you want. Well, I'll try and make a tutorial. Last time I tried to make a tutorial, the lighting wasn't so good. But I've improved the lighting over at where I usually work, so we'll see. But I've got a few builds in the works. I actually did a paint job. You need to make your sister a retaliator. Okay, good. Retaliators are great low to mid power, as in hundreds to 200s. Long shots good mid to high, 200s to 300s. Just yeah, 5 and 6 kilo springs are good. You don't really have to upgrade the bolt slot if you go that low, so that helps a lot, and it means that you won't have to upgrade too much else to keep it okay. Yeah, 150 FPS cap is great. The wars that I run over here are actually 150 FPS cap. No, you won't need a metal catch, just an upgraded catch spring. The wars around here 150 FPS so that everyone can be involved. We don't want to disclude anyone because of the power levels. If we did do that, then not as many people would come. It wouldn't be as fun, and that's the point of Nerf, to have fun. There's always people wanting to have fun, and if kids can't come and play because we've decided we want a 300 FPS war, well, then we haven't done a very good job. There will be events where we do higher FPS, but that's going to be 1 out of 3 rather than every event. I think that it's a good thing that there are 150 FPS wars. I do enjoy the high FPS wars. I just went to one recently, and down in Adelaide before all the crazy stuff started happening. But the thing is, it's great, but I still have welts on my back, so I can understand why they didn't let anyone younger than 16 to play. Any younger kid would not be happy when they get shot with it casually. No, it wasn't casually. I was already down there for some other events, and there happened to be a Nerf war on at the time, so I brought my blaster, which but it was a great war. It was a gel and Nerf blaster combined war, and it was quite fun. Like I had a lot of fun doing it. It was yeah. But so talking on the 150 FPS, the reason most people do the 150 feet per second is because after 150 feet per second, 1, you need short darts to be effective at all, and 2, it really starts to hurt at close range, of course. At long range, it still doesn't really matter. What do I think of gel blasters? Fun, but very ineffective at anything except spamming. Their accuracy, from what I could see, was almost none. They took probably 20 shots to hit one person, whereas a well-tuned Nerf blaster will take 1, possibly 2 if you're a bad shot like me. And it was a lot of fun. It was indoors though, so indoors gel blasters had a massive advantage. In fact, so much so that they could just pretty much pin the nerfers down and go about what they were doing. Ooh, that. Okay, don't use hard tip darts. That would you make. Ooh. Your X Zeus, what's it got in it? Is it just a kit? It's a kit one, or is it a brass breach, or what has it got in it? Doesn't really matter. If you're using an X Zeus, you're using high power stuff, or at least I hope you are. Otherwise, that's a waste of an X Zeus shell. Don't use hard tip darts, even on the stock blasters. They are painful. Like Omega kit, yeah, that is do not let them shoot you. Get rid of your hard tip darts to make them disappear. Just get rid of them. Otherwise you will be hurting. At the war that I mentioned earlier, at the higher FPS war, 180 cap because it was inside and we didn't want to shadow windows. There was someone's hand got pierced. There was a dart-shaped hole and blood was going out of it. Oh, okay, well, if you're just using it for target shooting, then fair. I have 1 of those darts as well. 1, because I found FBJ on the street before. I was like, wait, what? Why is this on the street? The Holy Grail? Yes, the Holy Grail for shooting through cardboard. Actually, my worker Gen 3s can go through cardboard with the blaster, with the Exus, and it works well. Like, it's shooting well. As I said, usually have a skull barrel on, but something happened there, and it was quite good. I'm still enjoying shooting it, even though I've had it for over a week now. When I got it, I was like, yes, because the Exus has been my dream blaster ever since it came out. Actually, ever since it was announced, I'm like, oh, I want an Exus. But then stuff happened. They sold out almost immediately because there was so much hype. Then after that, they started being unreliable and random NF strike, AccuFake, Stephens. Yeah. AccuFakes are not good in sealed barrels. Sorry. They're not good in sealed barrels. They tend to have a lot of drag on the barrel. And am I planning on cutting a jam door into it? Nah, doesn't need it. I haven't had a jam yet, and I've fired over 50 darts to it. And if it does jam, I can unscrew the barrel and take it out through there, or use a chopstick. I use chopsticks anyway, because once the barrel's that long, it doesn't matter if you have a jam door. And also, my printer's down, so I can't get the adapter for it, you know, the little cutting thing. I mean, I could do it myself, but I don't really want to cut the Exus. It looks nice as it is. Also, notice it looks tan on camera. It's actually more olive in real life, which I was surprised by when I got. I'm like, wait, it's olive. I thought this was tan. Doesn't really matter, but surprising nevertheless. Anyway, Stephens, AccuFakes and AccuStrike are great for flywheel blasters and for just general use if you're not using a sealed breech. But if you're using a sealed breech or anything with a tight barrel, then they start getting caught because the head is so wide and rubber. So it will just drag. You'll lose a lot of FPS. Some blasters it won't even work in, so you got a brass breech, it won't work. I've tried fitting AccuStrike into brass breeches, not gonna fit. But if you have a flywheel blaster, then they're quite good. Like they're amazing. First time I used it in a flywheel blaster, it worked extremely well, and I was surprised. I was like, oh, they're not lying. Weird. No, grey ones look amazing. Plus, yeah, as you said, if you do need to repaint it, they're pretty much a blank slate. Like grey is the best color to choose either light or dark colors to paint over with. It's great. I would have got a grey one, except I didn't. I don't really mind. They both look amazing and they both work identically, which, you know, I'm just about performance. Yeah, I think I saw your flywheel experience. That was yeah, that was quite funny. What happened there? Don't start. Tip for everyone: don't start with a select fire kit. I believe this guy did, and well, it's not working. It doesn't. Don't start with select fire kit. Start with semi-auto, then full auto, then select fire. Just to give you an idea of this level. So semi-auto, pretty easy. Auto, yep, that's still good. But then there's select fire, and even with the kit, it's a bit like 50-50 whether you're gonna know what you're gotta do. Your painting skills are comparable to your flywheel modding skills, if that tells you anything. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not very good at painting in either. I've done probably 2 paint jobs in my life for Nerf blasters. The first was bad, had a lot of bleed throughs. The second one was more recently, as in not 5 years ago, and it was this year, and it was what was it? I did a grey and red retaliator because I needed to start doing that. I haven't painted any of my blasters. That Exus probably needs to be painted. Random question: do you think that a Rotofury Plunder Tube would fit in a retaliator? From what I've seen of it, you might need to cut down the back, but the width is smaller than an XPT, like the worker XPT, which can fit, although barely. So I think it would fit if you just do a little bit of cutting. And yeah, plus you need to rewire the LiPo charger. Why do you need to rewire a LiPo charger? I understand maybe you need to rewire the LiPo itself, but not what's with the LiPo charger. Because I've got one and it can either connect to Dean's or XT60. I use all XT60s, but if it didn't come with an XT60 connector, they're like $5 online, or you can rewire the lead, but be very careful when doing so, because if you don't do that correctly, then you can cause a short, burning your house down very quickly, and possibly yourself. So be careful with just resoldering the connectors on any electrical supplies. Actually, don't, like, especially a battery or something that connects into the wall. Nerf blasters, fine. They don't actually have a power source. That's okay. And always test your electronics with another circuit of some kind, whether it be double A's or a 9-volt or something. Just test it using other things before you do any of that. You do not want to overdo it. Your battery's slightly too big for the battery cage. Then you can start cutting it down. And that's okay, Burrito Riot. Have fun with the packing. Anyway, with the battery tray, you can either get a bigger battery tray. Yeah, don't do that. If you cut open a LiPo, let me see what will happen. If I remember correctly, plasma may jet out. If I remember correctly, could be wrong. Most likely fire, not necessarily plasma, but it will be bad either way. Anyway, cuts down battery. Yeah, just don't do that. Anyway, to fit it in, you can either get expanded battery door, or you can, get a battery stock, which is what I prefer to do. Not that type of plasma. Not at all. Not blood plasma. Plasma is in, it will kill you. Star Wars plasma. You know, the guys that shoot the plasma blasts at each other. You know, that sort of plasma. The one that can burn you in half. But still, yes. Unless he is donating that type of plasma. This is highly suspect. And what I've got planned for the future is lots of tutorials, because I've still got to do more Nerf Academy series. So far, I've only done terms of how to do it. Nerf Academy, I'm thinking of doing DIY, like teaching the basics of that, doing flywheel stuff. I've actually got a semi-auto flywheel tutorial in the works. Maybe need to redo some of it, but we'll see. Maybe an auto kit tutorial. I've got a bunch of ideas. And you guys can tell me your ideas if you've got any. Anyone in the chat's got any ideas of what I should do next? Smiley. So back onto the X-Deuce. The problem I have with kits is not the fact that they are good. They work great, and they do their job very well. Brass breeches, however, do that job that much better. So they so if an alpha kit were to get you 200 FPS, a brass breech might get you another 20 or 30, but it will also gain you a lot of accuracy. Plus, kits take all the fun out of it. Also, if the glare is increasing, the sun is coming out. Don't let the sun. I have the night. Anyway, and yes, some people have had feeding issues with brass breeches. Me, when I create them, I haven't, but it has been a while, so we'll see. I also think since it just takes the point of modding out of it, like it means that you're not going to be able to do what you need to do. Also take the skill out of it. Yeah, it does. So that is where they are good. That's the thing. It means that those without the tools or the time can still do it. They can still have a nice blaster without having to go through excessive lengths to get a blaster made. But for me, it just takes the fun out of it. So I know some people don't like building them. Some people do not like them at all, no matter what, like whether they're just getting brass breaches, which makes sense. They can cut up darts. They used to cut up darts a lot until there were consistent methods of making sure that they were smooth, that they primed well, and all that, all the brains. No, if you can't do a brass breach, you're not necessarily not smart. It just means that you haven't practiced. I couldn't do a brass breach when I started. I couldn't do a rebarrel when I started. That took me a little while before I could do a rebarrel. Let me think. Probably took me a couple months before I was confident enough to do a rebarrel. And ever since then, it's been easier and easier every time. Since the original Fire Strike rebarrel video, where I was using steel to rebarrel the Fire Strike and double springing and wasn't using the right type of double springs and it was rarely catching, and I said, power trumps all. It does not. Accuracy trumps all. How long have I been in the hobby? Well, I've been playing with Nerf blasters for about 10 or 11 years. But as far as in the hobby, like I didn't even know there was an actual community until about 5.5 years ago. So I'd say around then. And ever since, I've been improving my blasters as much as I can. And another thing with the brass breaches, though, if they aren't, the skill threshold is a bit higher than your standard. So you got barrels, and then you got brass breaches are way up there. So you need a lot of tools to effectively make a brass breach. One of them, I would definitely suggest an X-Acto knife, whether it be of X-Acto brand or otherwise. Well, sorry. Don't worry, it's not to do with the new virus. It just sneezed. Anyway, so with the brass breach, there are certain types of breaches. There's an angel breach, there's a pusher breach, and then there's a sleeper breach. And the sleeper breaches are my favorite because they can take full or half lengths. I'm not going to use full lengths with them, but even if you weren't, even if you were, they are also the most efficient type of breach, but they are also the hardest to make. Angel breaches, they're the least efficient because they're the old design. That was when the first thing was happening. Hello, plain crazy coast guard. Oh, Kodai. Hello, how are you doing, Kodai? Good to see you here, along with everyone else that is watching. We've got 5 people. Yes. You're watching 1 minute behind. That's not good. Oh well, you'll be able to see everything in slow motion then. So angel breaches, they were the oldest design. They, as far as I know, there probably are older designs, but that's the oldest I know. They worked, and they were better than anything at the time, but they could only use half darts. Then sleeper breaches came along, which solved the issue of being able to use half and full lengths, because back then they didn't have dedicated makers of half darts. They had step ends, which were homemade glue tip things. They were just foam backer rod, glue, and possibly some sort of metal weight or plastic weight on the end, just so that they could get that distance and accuracy. But the problem is, with that also came the issue of reliability. Back then, not everyone had the tools to make it work reliably. They had the tools to make it work, but not to make it reliably. No spiky objects. They didn't use spiky objects. They still used metal, which was questionable, but a lot of things they did back then was questionable. No fishing hooks, though, thankfully. Imagine that, you're getting shot by fish hooks. Don't. It's like getting shot with an arrow, a miniature arrow. Don't do it. And with that came the pusher breach, which is similar to an angel breach, but instead of using the space inefficiently, they have reduced the dead space in it and made sure that it goes into a 9/16 sleeve, which is just the name of the brass barrel. Then it goes into 17/30 seconds. That way you keep the efficiency. You lose a little bit of efficiency over the sleeper breach, but you also get increased reliability. And it's a lot easier to make and align and all that. So it essentially turns the brass breach into a pusher breach, one of these. And same idea, it's just using brass, which is a bit more efficient and accurate. Arrows are fun and spiky but fun. Yeah, they're fun. But if you can't pull back a bow, don't try to shoot one or fire. What would be the correct term? Just don't try and do it. I did it once and it was a bad idea, and no, never do that again. Not gonna happen again until I get strong enough to pull back a proper bow. Maybe I can pull back the kids ones, but the adult ones I tried doing it and it ended very badly. Compound bow or Rika? I think I don't remember which one I was using. This was years ago. They both, I like the look of recurve bows because fun. But the compound bow, I think I was using one of them. They are good because you have mechanical advantage with the pulleys. Mini bow, yeah, we could use mini bows. There are LARP bows, which some places allow for the Nerf wars. I think that would be extremely fun to use at a war. But very hard. But I would love to just have a quiver on my back. Bang! That would just be so fun. And they're only at around 150 FPS as well, which is perfect for our wars. Although they'd probably knock a kid over with the force of them because you get a lot. It's the same speed, but it's a lot bigger, so it'd be oof. And Legolas. No. Marvel references, fun. What do you guys think of Marvel now that it's all gone? Now that the best heroes are gone. Well, not all of them. Thor's still around, but he's strange. Like, we've got how many people are gone now? Let's see. That's you guys know. You still haven't watched it. Okay, I won't tell you who's gone then. Although you probably already know if you go on the internet at all. They're everywhere. It's sad. Very sad. Watch it. It's hilarious. And on the channel, I've been thinking, what if we were to, and DC's better than Marvel? Comics probably. Maybe so. A lot of I like their main crew, Batman, and Green Lantern have to be. I mostly just read the Green Lantern and Flash comics because they are nice. But the thing is, their movies were not. The DCEU was not the best. The characters are better. Yeah, well, some of them are. So there's Batman, who is obviously the best, right? But then on the other side, we've got Iron Man and Thor, and also the characters in powers, right? But the thing is, with that power, oh no, internet's dropping out. With that power, you have Superman, and he is nuts. They've literally made him be able to do anything. The Superman Prime 1 million is a good example of this. He was able to do whatever he wanted, and he was shiny gold. Deathstroke, he's cool. Stroke Death is cool. He has good weapons, good gear, and he's like super soldier. But the problem with those guys is a lot of DC comics are the good guys are too powerful in some of them, and some they aren't powerful enough. So you got the good guys that are just insanely weak for some reason, and then you've got Superman. There's not really many in between. Wonder Woman, Superman, they are insanely powerful. Like Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern. See, he doesn't look powerful, but then you think about it, he can potentially stop Superman if wanted. Yeah, Martian Manhunter. He is a weird one because he can shapeshift and he's very powerful because of it. He can copy the strengths and weaknesses of a lot of forms, including Kryptonian. So he's scared of fire. Yes, but the reason because of that is actually because of the Green Lantern Corps. The Guardians, the little blue guys that run the Green Lantern Corps, they made them scared of fire because otherwise there was a really weird storyline going on there for a while. They apparently if they weren't scared of fire, they'd use their fire abilities or something, and then they used to run rampant all over the galaxy. So yeah, probably that did happen because there were the white Martians and the green Martians, and then there's the old ones that they used to be the fire Martians, and that was they were trying to take over the galaxy or something. So the Guardians of the Universe stopped them. The Guardians of the Universe are very strange. They sometimes do not make the best choices, even though they claim to be without emotion to make the choices with. You always have emotion, no matter how much you claim you don't have. Even Batman has emotion, which is strange. Anyway, on to yeah. It does. That's the thing. There are a lot of elementals also. That's the problem. That's another problem. Too many elementals sort of dampens things. Because elementals are stronger than you might think. An air elemental will controls everything around us. So and an earth elemental ditto. Then they're going to be the strongest. Followed by water. They can just instantly kill you. Same with the air. Same with actually anything. No, I'm not. I do not. I do not do D&D. I do not support it in any way. Role playing games I do play, however, are Star Wars. I play Star Wars games instead. I love Star Wars. It's an amazing universe. And what do I play? I play Imperial Assault. And I'm hoping to start playing X-Wing soon. And what else do I play? I have a lot of Star-based games, so I'm into space stuff. What kind of role play? Well, I did try and do a bit of LARP, but that was a bit hard to attend events. We don't have events out where I am. But what kind of role play? So I usually play as the Imperials, which is essentially the game master. I do the storyline and do it. When I'm not being the Imperials, I usually try and play as a sniper role because they've got the extra range. They can do more damage at range. I do not want my character dying because you only get one respawn per mission in this game, and if that, some don't even allow you to get that respawn. And a lot of them later missions, you're versing Vader, you're versing ATSTs, you're versing all kinds of crazy. So yeah, we haven't played a full campaign yet. We haven't had time, although I suspect we may have time soon. Me and my friends and family. One man versus the Death Star. There was a mission similar to that. You had to protect one of your players. You had to protect the Jedi. Otherwise, the mission automatically failed, even if the rest of you were still standing. You had to go through I forget the name of it, giant cat thing. You had to go through 3 stormtroopers, Imperial Guard, and a Imperial. What are they called? Imperial officer. And then eventually, after that, you face Darth Vader. Once you get inside. Oh, really? I did not look like what you expected me to look like. What did you expect me to look like? Also, yeah, I haven't been appearing with my face in my videos in a while. That was gonna change because I was gonna be showing off this again because I'm still excited about it. What? No, I'm not. Come on, mate. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. Anyway, Star Wars lore. I love the old Star Wars lore. I do not like the new Disney stuff. I have been when I was reading up on Star Wars, I specifically read on the Old Republic and the Yuuzhan Vong, because those were the most interesting to me. And I also love seeing non-Force users fight, because I feel like Force users are strong, but they don't. But then there's a lot of characters without them, and they seem just sort of left behind, which makes sense. Under Star Wars, under what grounds can you sue someone? Depends where you are. On Coruscant, you can sue them for a lot of things, as we found out in one of the books, I forget, Old Republic books. Someone was getting sued. Lore, not law. Lore, Lore, like that in the chat there. Like not the law. No, I don't care about the law. I like the smugglers. Those guys are awesome. It's law. No, different law. Different law. This is hilarious. So all right then. All right. Okay, so the laws in Star Wars, it depends who. Okay, I'll tell you about the laws in Star Wars then, if you want the law. Alright, so which law do you want to know about? Empire, Sith Eternal Empire, Republic, the Yuuzhan Vong, the Mandalorian, which law? For the Empire, that was pretty basic. It's pretty much do as we say at all times is one of them. Literally, they could change it at any time. Wookiee law. Ah, okay. So the Wookiees were divided into clans, but those clans all usually formed together under Chief Tarpal. They were constantly being raided by the Trandoshans, so they set up a system to defending us. One of the Wookiee laws is do not desecrate the trees because they were sacred. One of the others was being nice to our guests, essentially. It wasn't said exactly like that, but was divorce allowed? No, and nor was it wanted. The Wookiees were very nice creatures, and, well, provided you didn't vegans. Do not pee on that. No, not quite what I meant. And vegans, what are vegan? Nah, they didn't have vegans. They were definitely meat eaters. You could tell by their teeth. And yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they'd pretty much have to. That their whole planet is tree bacon. No, let's not go there. Do not eat that food. Do not eat tree bacon. Tree bacon, not good. Eat regular food. But my stick is still much better than bacon. And it's Star Wars is a very strange place. What about the law of reverse card for Wookiees? You try that on them, they'll rip your arms off. So don't try and do the reverse card on the Wookiees. Banana peel pork. What? I'm confused now. Anyway, so the Wookiees had a bunch of laws, mostly related to keeping everything going on their planet smoothly. Although some of it is still related to actual laws. They were okay with killing so long as you challenged them in actual combat. as in combat enough, like duel essentially. That was fine. So they were okay with that. They were not okay with outsiders getting involved unless invited. Um, they didn't. They were against. They were against. They were against Trandoshans immensely because they kept trying to kill them. I don't have. Okay, I'll check them later. Anyway, and there were so many things that they had that were just basically trying to keep their planet alive. Eventually, they were enslaved by the Empire, and it all went sideways from there. Eventually, most of them were killed. A few did survive and go on to move to a different planet, but their planet was utterly ripped apart. Moving on to the Republic, the the Republic is strange. So their laws could be changed at their laws could be changed at any time because of the vote. I vote for full confidence in Chancellor, blah, blah, blah. Their laws, mostly by the end of the Republic, were based around getting the guys richer. So you must pay a certain amount of taxes, and the taxes just kept going up because of the war, or at least that's what they claimed. Their general laws, though, do not kill. They're pretty much the same as what we use in Australia, but more slanted towards space. Okay. Storage crate. Oh, are you gonna be doing like the captain did? Like Captain Xavier did? He what did he do? What did he do? He put all his boxes of Nerf in there, and he used to even have his whole like arsenal in there. And now he's got that awesome place filled with tools and everything. Is that what you're doing? Anyway, continuing on. Yeah, that might be my fault. The internet's sometimes a bit weird here, but it could be on your end. I don't know. And the thing is, though, the with the Republic's laws, they were easily corrupted, as the as the as the separatists kept mentioning. They actually um they actually were against the Republic because of that reason. The Trade Federation just wanted money, but the general people in the separatists, all right, well, have fun. The general people in the separatists were not in it for the money. They were in it for freedom. They were sick of the corruption. Exactly. I love democracy. I love the Republic. And they were sick of the oppression and the corruption in the Senate. It was very bad. And for all of the separatist faults, they were aiming to do better for the galaxy. The separatists were smart. Anglican Church versus Catholic. I'm not sure they verse each other. I don't know how that works. We'll see. We can probably start another feudal war or something. I reckon we can do that. Start another feudal war, anyone? We can start crusading to actually, where can we crusade to? Yes, duel to the death. Yeah, that'll be easier. We don't have to go anywhere then. I like that idea. Traveling overseas is a bit of annoyance these days, so it's to store stuff because you're moving. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, there. You're in. Good, good, good. All right, so we march in the morning. Get your blasters. Reclaim EB games. Yes, get all the latest games. Speaking of games, what sort of video games do you guys play? I prefer building and battling games. So, for example, like RTSs. I love RTSs. I have a lot of them. I have StarCraft 1, StarCraft 2. I have 0K. I have Age of Empires. I have Ultimate RTS. I have a lot of other ones that. What's the name? Wait, I've got a couple even on here. I'll show you. Another RTS I have is. What do we have here? Okay, so an RTS we have here. I have Mindustry. Survivalcraft is fun. Yes. That is. I play Survivalcraft 2. It's a great game. It's like those of you that don't play it, Minecraft, but more realistic. You can die of a cold. You can die of a lot of things actually. Warfare Inc. I have Spacefront. I have Cosmic Wars. I have Red Sun. I have Pixel Clash RTS. And I have, where is it? I have more. Superior Tactics RTS and Art of War 3. And those are all my real-time simulator games. You used to play it? Cool. No, not Ark Survival. Survivalcraft is blocky. Can I put links up? I don't play Ark Survival. No. I play this game that I just posted in the chat. Oh, we lost 2 people. Oh well. But Ark Survival. Yeah, no, I don't play it. Maybe someone else in the chat does. I did look into it a bit, but I decided, nah, it's too much for something I probably wouldn't play enough for it to be worth it. Whereas other games are that I would play. There's a game I've been looking at. It's From the Depths. You build ships and you battle ships. It's looks fun. And I don't know. Have you guys played? Any of you guys played From the Depths? Total War. Total War. Is that maybe? Is Men of War part of that? Because I have Men of War Assault Squad 2. I almost forgot to mention that. I have also got that one. I might have played that. I don't know. Which is I don't think I've got don't have any Total War games here. I've got Space Engineers. I have the old Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, the one before the current one. And I have what else do I have? I already mentioned that. Home Wars, which is like humans versus bugs. Well, not humans, army men, like little plastic army men versus bugs. What else? What else do we have? We have Totally Reliable Delivery Service. Frostpunk, that's a good game. Haven't played much of it yet, but I plan to. New Frontier, that's okay. Portal 1 and Portal 2, I love those games. Portal 1 was a bit short, but Portal 2 was, I think it was about the right length. Wish it would have been longer by the end. Clone Wars, yes, love the Clone Wars series. Actually, that reminds me, it's out today. Gotta watch it soon. But Clone Wars games, I had a Clone Wars game, but they shut it down. It was on a server, and they shut it down, sadly, which is a bit annoying. Like, it was one of the ones on the official Star Wars website. But they shut it down after the Clone Wars stopped running. Hopefully, it will start running again. But it is alright, yeah. The new one's good. I like the new animation. They're able to give the Jedi a bit more robes because they can get the movement of it all. So that's great. And it's good. The new storyline, they kept the same storyline as they had earlier, number 7 of season 7. They already had made season 7. They just hadn't finished animating it. You used to be able to find it on YouTube. I think they deleted it now. And now there's no way to get it, which is a bit annoying, but that's okay. Another thing is with the the Bad Batch. Which was your favorite Bad Batch member? I personally like the Commando or the Sniper one. What's his name? Sharp. Anyway, I like those guys. Those guys are fun. But the saddest death of the Clone Wars is definitely still 99. Wrecker. Yeah, Wrecker is hilarious. Afraid of heights, but not much else. Not even explosions. Sorry. What else? Now, back to the channel. What do you guys think needs? If you would tell me, that'd be great. I have a few ideas, but I'm not sure what people would like to see. If potentially more tutorials, more possibly some gameplay footage if I can get that working. I have some, but I need to edit it and get it all working with an over voice because the sound quality was really, really bad. I actually even had a what was it? I even have some footage of some of the guys at the war and their gear, which is good. So maybe we can see that. Maybe we can do a couple loadout videos. What do you guys want to see in the future? I'm assuming it's buffering. All right. So I think I'm going to end it pretty loadouts. Yeah. Okay. I can show my loadout. I recently got a bit of proper tactical gears that doesn't make my mags fall out. I don't run much because I don't need it. I want to keep it as light as possible. Some people come up loaded with everything they've got and they're too slow. I used to do that. Not anymore. I only use about 3 mags total for now. They're 22 round mags for my full lengths. I'm gonna swap it to full half lengths, but for now, that's what I got. So, yep, we can do loadout videos in the future. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up now. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe for those of you that aren't already subscribed. And I'll see you all next time.